Welcome to Kangaroos, the podcast. I just wanted to see if I could do it before Andrew got to it.
Welcome to Kangaroos, the podcast. Rachel, keep going.
That's your line, not mine. But we're glad you're here, everyone.
We're glad you're here, and we hope that you are serving your clients instead of fretting over your socials. Happy Wednesday morning, Rachel. It's good to see you.
Likewise. I have a question of the day. Are you ready?
What is it?
If you were to get on a plane today to go anywhere in the country, I was going to say world, but that's a lot to think about. So maybe next time, maybe I'll give us a fair warning and then you can come back with your answer. But if you were going to go within the United States, where would you go?
So we're recording this episode a little early, but so here's what's happening. My sister is taking a trip to Washington, D.C. here in a couple of next week. And her connecting flight is coming through Nashville. And my wife turned to me and said, "You got to get on that flight." I was like, "Yep, I'm getting on that plane." And so surprising my sister, she's taking a little mini vacation to DC. I love DC. And so I'm going to surprise her by tagging along a little bit on this trip. And so can't wait. I will report back.
That will be super fun. Super fun.
And it's a surprise.
Right. So if you have heard our gift giving episode, you would know why that's a big deal. So go listen to that if you have not. Okay. I don't know where I would go. I asked the question and I don't know that I have an answer. Okay. Maybe I do. There's lots of places that I would like to visit within the United States. I think we tend to think that it's more glamorous to leave the country for vacation, and that is very glamorous, but there's so many really pretty and neat places to see here. I've traveled a lot and lived a lot of different places over the US, but I think my favorite place at Christmas is New York City. So I have always loved New York, and for a long time thought I would live there, and then it's a long story, but I did not. I moved to Tennessee instead. And so a few years ago, a lady that I worked with and I actually went at Christmas time and did all of like the tourist Christmas things in New York. And it was worth every moment of being cold. It's really beautiful at Christmas.
You will be cold.
You will be cold. Take a really warm coat. But we had all the fun hot chocolate and we went to all the musicals and we went to the Rockefeller Center and saw all the lights. And it was kind of like being in the set of Home Alone, but
yeah,
great.
That's fun. Home Alone 2.
Plaza Hotel. Yeah. We did all of that. Central Park with snow, really pretty. So
what is our challenge of the week?
Today's episode is all about entrepreneurship and the things that we've learned. And so along with that, our challenge is to write down 3 goals that you want to accomplish in the first quarter of next year. So maybe you have an overarching goal. What are the 3 little checkpoint goals that are going to get you there, or at least close to be on your way? Write those down. I think writing goals down helps keep you accountable. A lot of nodding. You can't see him nodding.
So today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about some introspection that we've done, just some things that we've learned launching Kangaroos. All things considered, Kangaroos is it's a pretty young company. It's about a year old. I am not young, but Kangaroos is young. Rachel and I both have very long careers in marketing, but we saw some of our friends struggling with their own social media, and we thought, man, we could definitely help with that. And so we decided then to offer that up to the masses. I've started a few companies before, but this one just feels different. And so we made a quick list of some things that we've learned. So Rachel, go first.
Okay, this list is going to be, we're just being 100% honest. So I think just as a little disclaimer, some of these are going to feel real transparent, and some of them are going to be really happy too. But the first one I would say is it's going to be hard, like hard, really hard. I'm not sugarcoating that for anyone who's thinking about launching a company. I remember before Andrew and I really, we had talked about starting something for a while, but until we like took the plunge, filed paperwork, and decided that's what was going to happen, I was on the phone with a mentor of mine who had also just sort of gone through a transition period in his career, and he knew that I was thinking about doing something different. He didn't know that I was thinking about starting my own company, and so this was the conversation about like, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. He also knows Andrew, so it wasn't like. I didn't have to explain a lot. And he was like, are you really sure you're going to do this? It's going to be really long. It's going to be really slow. It's going to be really hard. And it's going to be really lonely. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, I was like, I think you're just kind of making a mountain out of a molehill. And man, he has been 100% correct. It's been a really hard, long season. And I look back and laugh when I think about what I thought the timeline would look like versus what it has actually been. So don't hear me say that and like it's bad. I'm not saying that. It's just hard. So those are different things. Bad and hard are different. There have been bad, hard days, but there's a lot of good, hard days too. But it is not easy. I want to say that. It's not an easy thing. There's lots of things you have to know and figure out that are not on your radar when you're really excited about filing your paperwork. So
super similarly, that was my first one that I wrote down too. So we made these two lists independent of each other. So I wrote down that it's going to be slower and harder than you expect. When we built the platform, I thought, man, Rachel is brilliant and people will just throw money at us and people will come to us in droves. And little did we know that it is so much harder and slower than at least I expected. And it sounds like what Rachel expected too. So, if you're looking to start your own company, it is going to be slow. It is going to be hard, and you have to work. You have to work really hard at this.
Yeah.
But man, is so great. It is so, hear that too.
Yeah.
Like it is so wonderful putting in the work. But you have to put in the work.
You do. My number 2 on my list was that there is a reason that people quit, and there's a reason that like it's like a crazy percentage of businesses fail within the first 2 years of their, I guess, quote, launch. We've said this several times now in like the 10 minutes that we've been going, but it's hard and it's slow, and the amount of work is a lot. It is a lot of work. You don't have like another department to throw something to or to delegate something to. It is all like your accountant, you're the tax person, you're the like marketing, you're the operations officer, you're all those things in one. So even if I'm not working, like if I am not physically sitting down to accomplish a task, my brain is always thinking about it. It's always like, I need to get milk from the grocery store. I need to pick up the kids. Oh, and XYZ 1, 2, 3